Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard, Cisneros, at your service. Today I'll be reading the March 24th Facebook post, and I'll be making a few comments on it, and I trust it will assist both of us on our journeys. If the video is helpful, please be so kind as to like, comment, or share it. Thank you for that. Here we go. Seeing light in the darkness. You do not experience darkness because you are evil, bad, or not worthy of the light. You experience darkness because of your unconscious acceptance of the ego's programming. It is the ego's programming that is now currently blocking your awareness of the light. And so darkness is simply a lack of awareness of that and nothing else. In this world of duality, there exist many symbols of this lack of awareness, of this lack of light, such as stress, sadness, anger, worry, resentment, and hate. When you buy into these symbols as more real than the light, it is then that you walk further into darkness. The further you walk into darkness, the less you remember or believe in the availability of the light. Today, imagine for a moment if you trusted this one simple thought. Everything is helpful. Imagine everything being in one way or another a part of a process that is assisting you in understanding, seeing, and interacting with this world in a more peaceful, joyful, trusting, forgiving, and compassionate manner. How would this simple shift in perception begin to change your attitude and experience towards yourself and your so-called darkness? Imagine if you started to offer gratitude for all you once had been programmed by the ego to curse. It is through such an effort that the light can be found even within the darkness. Light within the darkness. Let us look back into our past and let us think about those times when we were sad, anxious, worried, stressed out. Maybe with other people we were angry, resentful, hateful, discouraged. And we were putting ourselves down for experiencing the moment in that way. We were thinking maybe we're not spiritual enough, good enough, wise enough. And so we were simply supporting the darkness, supporting the lack of awareness of who in truth we are. Yet now, come back into the present moment and look back at your past and see how all those times when you were in the darkness, buying into the darkness, how you little by little left the darkness and resolved your issues and obtained greater wisdom from that life experience, greater knowledge, greater lessons, more peace, more useful ways of interacting with your brothers and sisters, more peaceful ways of interacting with them, more mature ways of interacting with them because of your past experience, or when you were judging yourself as less than, when you were buying into the darkness as real. And so you see, now that you can look back and be appreciative of your past experience, of the wisdom and knowledge and lessons that they brought to you now, then now you are aware of what that was offering you. At the moment, maybe you were in the darkness and you weren't aware of what was really going on. But now you see that most of those things, even if some of them haven't yet resolved yet, have brought you to a more mature place within your heart, within your mind, within your life. A more peaceful place. And so the only difference between the darkness and the light is awareness. If you had awareness back then you wouldn't be experiencing this stuff in the darkness. You would simply be aware and say, oh, okay, I'm experiencing sadness right now. I don't know why I'm sad right now, but I know that I'm going to get through it, and I know that this is going to help me become a better human being. A more aware human being, a more loving human being. So today let us do three things. First, let us have awareness. And we do this by saying this one simple phrase that I mentioned in the post. Whenever we're sad, angry, resentful, stressed out, jealous, worried, let us immediately come back to this post and say, okay, wait, everything is helpful. Everything is helpful. So when you say that, you bring awareness into your experience. You bring light into your darkness. And the less time you spend in the darkness, the less real you're going to make it. When you shift yourself out of the darkness, you come back into the light. Because the light is all there truly is. It's just that sometimes through the ego's past programming, we believe that illusions of ourselves as real. But today we're not going to support that with our time, energy, and focus. We're not going to support the darkness. We're not going to walk further into the darkness. We're going to see, oh, I'm supporting the darkness. I'm supporting something other than love, something other than my true nature. And so I'm going to remember that these are going to trigger in me the phrase that everything is helpful. And when you do, you leave the darkness, be it for a moment in time, and see that there is another way of looking at your situation. Second, we're going to remember that we are love's creations, that God is love and love is all, and therefore our journey is a loving journey. We might sometimes forget that, and when we forget that, when we lack that awareness that our journey is a creation of love, then yes, we slip into the darkness. But then, when we experience the darkness long enough, we take the lessons from the darkness, and see that this really actually helped us align with our true nature. And so, point number one, everything is helpful. Number two, we remember that God is our creator, love is our creator, and our journey, no matter how the ego has programmed us to look at it, is helpful to our growth, healing, and development. And third, we're going to offer gratitude. No matter where we are in the darkness, no matter if we're sad, worried, anxious, stressed, feeling not spiritual enough, not good enough, not wise enough, not whatever, we're going to immediately have that trigger in us the remembrance to be grateful. We're going to remember to be grateful no matter what. Because when we remember to be grateful, we are aligning with the memory, the truth, that we have co-created this sacred journey with God. And that everything indeed is helpful. And then we start supporting the light within us. And the more we support the light within us, the greater part of our life it becomes. We become an example more and more of this light. And as you see in any room, when there's light, there's a lack of darkness. It's only us who can support the darkness. And we support the darkness simply out of a lack of awareness. Not because there's something wrong with us. Not because we're bad. Not because we're evil. Not because we're not wise or spiritual enough. Not because we're angry human beings. Simply because we lack awareness of who in truth we are. And yet, remember this, God uses everything for good, for our growth, for our healing, for our development. So even within the darkness, as we can do now looking back, we see that this helped us remember and realize that we're not this, that we're love. And so let us offer gratitude. Let us offer gratitude when we're in the light, and let us offer gratitude when we're in the illusion of the darkness. Because when we do, that memory, that awareness will return us back to the light. And then we'll feed this light with our time, with our energy and focus. We will become an example of this light. For all those brothers and sisters who are still stuck in a darkness of their own making, a simple lack of self-awareness. And we have no need to judge them for that, because their journey is sacred. And we know that because we're all one. We know that our journey is sacred. We know that everything is helpful. We trust in God. We have gratitude because we know that our journey is sacred and we're all one, and so everybody's journey is sacred. And so even those people who are stuck in the darkness, no need to judge them. we simply become an example of our light. We become an example of what is possible for them, if they so choose to. So let us simply do that. Let us simply remember that there is light even within the darkness, and that everything is helpful. Thank you so much for your time. I love you very much. If you'd be so kind as to like, comment, or share this video, it would help with the listening process, and it might help somebody find this information and could use it someday. If you'd like to leave me a comment or a question, I will be delighted to try and offer a response. And if you can please subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would love to have you in that community. Again, thank you so much for your time. I love you very much. And God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.